Why motivation is a lie? Let's be real. How many times have you promised yourself that tomorrow is the day? Tomorrow you wake up early. Tomorrow you start writing that book. Tomorrow you finally stick to the diet. And then tomorrow comes, and what happens? You feel tired. You feel unmotivated. And you bail. Again. If you think the answer to this cycle is finding more motivation, I have bad news for you. Motivation is a lie. It's a fair-weather friend that leaves the second things get hard. Today, we're doing a deep dive into a book that completely reframes how you get things done. It's called How to Be Disciplined by Sheldon Howe. This isn't about punishing yourself. It's about building the systems so you never have to rely on feeling like it. Again, let's break it down. The philosophy shift. Discipline is freedom. The myth. Discipline equals punishment. Then it crosses out and is replaced by the truth. Discipline equals freedom. Sheldon Howe opens the book with a massive mindset shift. Most of us view discipline as restriction. It's the things we have to do that we don't want to do. Howe argues the exact opposite. He says that discipline is the only path to true freedom. Think about it. If you can't control your impulses, if you have to eat the junk food every time you see it, or check your phone every time it buzzes, are you free? No. You're a slave to your immediate whims. Discipline buys you freedom from the stress of procrastination, freedom from guilt, and freedom from mediocrity. The first step is stopping the "I'm trying to be good" internal monologue and shifting to an identity of "I am a disciplined person who does what they say they will do." Part 1. Meeting the resistance. But if discipline is so great, why is it so hard? Howe introduces a concept he calls the resistance. This is that universal, internal force that pushes back the second you try to do something difficult or meaningful. It's the voice that says, you can do that later. Let's check Instagram first. The resistance thrives in the shadows. So, Howe's first major tactic is to drag it into the light using something he calls the distraction ledger. This is brutal, but effective. For 3 days, keep a notebook by your side. Every single time you break focus from your main task, you have to log it. You write down the time, what you got distracted by, and crucially, what you were feeling right before. Were you bored? Intimidated by the task? Hungry? You stop saying, "I just get distracted," and start realizing, "Oh, I check my phone every time my work gets difficult to soothe my anxiety." You can't fix what you don't track. Part 2. Systems over willpower, environment design. Once you know why you get distracted, you don't just try harder to resist it. Howe is very clear. Human beings are terrible at willpower. It is a battery that drains throughout the day. If your strategy relies on you making the right choice 50 times a day, you will fail. Howe's solution is environment design. The goal is to use almost zero willpower to do the right thing. It's all about friction. You need to increase friction for bad habits and decrease it for good ones. If you want to stop scrolling in bed, willpower means leaving your phone on the nightstand and trying not to touch it. Discipline means charging your phone in the kitchen, so you physically cannot look at it in bed. If you want to work out in the morning, you sleep in your gym clothes. You make the desired behavior the path of least resistance. The most disciplined people don't have the strongest willpower. They just have the smartest environments. Part 3. Tactical execution, the frog, and the 5 minutes. Okay, so you have the mindset, and you've set up your environment. How do you actually execute on a daily basis? Howe gives us 2 essential tactics to beat inertia. Tactic number 1, eat the frog. He borrows this from Mark Twain. If your job is to eat a live frog, do it first thing in the morning so it's over with. Identify the one task you are dreading the most, and do it before 10 a.m. This creates massive momentum for the rest of the day. Tactic number 2, the 5-minute entry point. The 5-minute rule. The resistance is loudest right before you start. The task feels huge. Howe says, lie to yourself. Tell yourself, I'm only going to work on this report for 5 minutes. Then I can quit. Almost always, the hardest part is starting. Once you're 5 minutes in, the resistance fades, momentum takes over, and you'll keep going. The long game, managing failure. Before we wrap up, we need to talk about the most important part of Howe's book. What happens when you screw up? Because you will. You will miss a workout. You will eat the entire pizza. Howe says the difference between disciplined people and everyone else isn't perfection. It's recovery speed. He introduces the never miss twice rule. If you miss one day of your habit, It's an accident. If you miss 2 days, it's the start of a new, lazy habit. When you fail, don't spiral into shame. Shame kills discipline. Instead, view failure as data. Why did the system break? Was the friction too low on a bad habit? Fix the system and get back on track immediately. Conclusion and call to action. The key points. 1. Discipline equals freedom. 2. The distraction ledger. 3. Environment design. 4. Never miss twice. Sheldon Howe's How to Be Disciplined teaches us that we don't need to be superhuman to achieve our goals. We just need better systems and the willingness to stop letting our temporary feelings dictate our long-term lives. If you want to start implementing this today, pick one thing. Just one. Maybe it's the distraction ledger for the next 24 hours. Try it out and see what you learn about your own resistance.